The Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
What you've seen in the community is the same thing that are going on in those halls right now. And now we have to sit down there and look at, is the administration going to back us? Is there political pressure to fire these officers before their process works out? Where is this going to go? Do people want to have patience and curiosity rather than judgment? And listen, without that, I don't know. I don't think it's a good formula for success in the police department.
That is the response from the president of the Hartford Police Union following the deaths of two men in two separate police shootings in the span of 8 days. Both those calls started as mental health calls. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Over the last few weeks, we've heard from community members who say they want to see the officers involved fired, and they want changes to how police respond to these types of calls.
And now, for the first time, the police union president is sitting down with us to talk about the conversations and changes he hopes will come out of these tragedies. Here's Fox 61's Annette Montgomery.
All right, thank you guys. This is about
one thing the president of the police union told me he wants people to understand is the community and the police department are not two separate entities, they're one. Just like the community went through the traumatic incident, so did the officers who fired those shots and the rest of the department.
We are part of the community, and the community is part of the police. It's one group, and to separate us is unfair. That trauma is there for everybody.
As the community mourns Everard Walker and Stevie Jones, both shot and killed by Hartford police officers. It's a sense of grief James Rakowski, president of the Hartford Police Union, says is also felt throughout the department and by the two officers who fired those shots.
I've been through enough to where you sit there and it plays in your head like a skipped record over and over and over. And then you play the what if game. And then you become detached from your family, detached from your friends. It's dangerous. Same thing that family is going through. The Walker family and the Jones family. Why? What if? How come? Those are all the same questions that goes through those officers' minds day in and day out.
According to the families of both men, they were experiencing a mental health crisis at the time of the call. Police say both men were holding a knife and refused commands to drop it. And in the case of Jones, police say an officer tried to deploy their taser, but it was unsuccessful.
Do Hartford officers feel they have enough training and support to handle mental health calls?
We do have training and we do have a support network. The difference is it gravitated out of that. Mr. Jones was a lethal force encounter. He might have been in crisis and Mr. Walker was in crisis, but in those moments, they were no longer that. They turned into lethal encounters, unfortunately. And maybe us responding to that isn't the solution. And there's training, but when there's a lethal threat, you put us in a corner to where we're going to have to respond.
It's the response of those officers that has led to some neighbors calling for their termination.
What is your response to those calls?
I find it odd because they say no justice, no peace, and they want the process to work itself through. Well, the process has to work both ways. Would you want your family member fired when the investigation isn't complete? Would you want them sent to jail if the investigation wasn't complete? The judicial system moves slowly.
As for a public forum with the mayor and the police chief, like neighbors are requesting, the president of the police union told me he's open to being at a community forum because he knows important conversations can and need to take place. From the Hartford Police Department, Annette Montgomery, Fox 61.
After days of gloomy skies and a wild storm last night, we finally saw some sun today, although it was still cold.
And we are going to stay dry for a few days, but the temperatures are going to kind of stay down there. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is here now with the first check of the forecast. Rach?
Yeah, this time of year when it comes to spring temperatures, it's always one step forward, two steps back. So yesterday we were up near 60 degrees, but today winter's settled back in. We still have some wind out there, but you know, nothing damaging, nothing that's going to to shake the house or take down trees like we had last night. And the wind will continue to slowly diminish as we head towards daybreak. Right now, temperatures are in the upper 20s to low 30s, including 32 in the Hartford area. But it will really feel like the teens when you walk outside the door tomorrow morning, when you factor in just a little bit of a breeze and overnight lows that'll be falling back into the 20s. Tomorrow, we'll start the day off with sunshine, but I do think by midday, the clouds will start to win out and it's chilly. We're only looking at high temperatures that'll be in the 30s as we head through the afternoon, but the chill won't last too long. We're already starting to see those temperatures rebound a little bit by Thursday, another cold start, and then we're up near 50 on Friday. We'll talk about the chance for some rain showers and maybe a few snowflakes coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. A Milford man's been charged in the death of a man in a homeless encampment behind a Lowe's store. Police say Matthew Keeley set a fire in August. The state medical examiner ruled the death a homicide. Keeley's been charged with murder and several other felony counts. He's being held on a $2 million bond.
And right now, a water main break in Jewett City is leaving people without water. According to Griswold Emergency Management, the break happened near Ashland and Hill Streets earlier this afternoon. The service is disrupted due to crews making repairs. Because of that disruption, the Griswold Youth Center was forced to close early. There's no word yet on when full service might be restored or if schools will be open tomorrow.
Well, a man has been arrested. Police say he ran over an officer's foot. This incident happened in Manchester in September. Police say Javier Rodriguez hit a South Windsor police cruiser and a parked car before leading them on a chase. He ultimately crashed his car and ran off. Rodriguez was already in state custody for other charges. He'll be in court next month.
Police in Thomaston are investigating a road rage incident. It happened around 3:30 this afternoon on Waterbury Road. Officers say a driver fired a gun from their vehicle, which hit another car's passenger window and windshield, but no one was hurt. Multiple agencies, including state police canine units, responded to the scene. There's no word yet if an arrest has been made.
One person's hurt after a crash in Southington. Firefighters say it happened on I-84 East between exits 32 and 33. The crash involved a car and a tractor trailer. We're still working to learn more information.
And we have new details tonight on a story we brought you last night. We've learned the name of the man New Haven police say smashed windows at several businesses. Taiwan Grooms is being held on a $50,000 bond tonight. Officers say he smashed a window on Grand Avenue with a rock yesterday morning and stole an axe inside that building. Police say Grooms then went to State Street where he broke 5 more windows. Police say when officers found him, he refused to drop the axe and tried to run away. The officers caught up with him and arrested him after a brief struggle. Police say Grooms was taken to a hospital to be evaluated.
A third person's been charged in connection to a fire investigators say was started intentionally in Thompson nearly 2 years ago. Cassandra Heredia was arrested last Friday. She's been charged with plotting to commit arson and attempted murder. For some context here, the arrest warrant says 5 men beat a man she knew with a bat. Police say that man drove her and someone else to a home to set it on fire. They thought one of the attackers lived there, but he didn't at the time. Investigators say Heredia lied about being the one who did it. They say she was scared of the man who actually poured the gasoline.
Well, new tonight, a bill aimed at strengthening Connecticut's police and fire departments is moving forward at the state capitol. Lawmakers on the Public Safety Committee unanimously approved a proposal backed by Governor Ned Lamont that offers new incentives to recruit and retain first responders. The measure includes free college tuition and potential mortgage assistance for eligible police officers and firefighters. Supporters say the bill is a key step toward addressing staffing shortages. It now heads to the full legislature for consideration.
Local business owners says trash dumping is getting worse at a public trail in Colchester. Fox 61's Tim Latow has more from the man taking matters now into his own hands.
Dozens of outdoor enthusiasts visit Airline Trail daily, but a business owner next door says trash dumping here has gotten out of control. He even says appliances like a dishwasher, washing machine, and refrigerator have all been left behind.
It's not just a pop bottle here and there. There's a lot of trash going on here.
Tattoo artist Todd Black has an eye for perfection, so trash dumped on a weekly basis outside his Colchester studio near the Airline Trail entrance doesn't fly with him.
You get one chance to make a first impression, so if you can't make a good one right away, then you got to do something about it.
Black and his girlfriend spend several hours a week cleaning up the trash on his property and surrounding public land. Numerous garbage bags, plastic containers, and dozens of pieces of trash aren't a surprise.
The trash that's out there now that's a normal day.
The town manager says taxes collected on the sale of small liquor bottles, or NIPS, goes directly towards a public works fund to help with litter cleanup. The Colchester Resident Trooper's Office acknowledged that trash dumping has been an issue in the town and says it is actively investigating chronic violators. But recently, entire household appliances have been left on the trail and in its parking lot.
Numerous times we'll come out, and one night there was a washer out there. Somebody discarded, obviously, something they didn't need anymore. There's been stoves.
Troopers patrol the trail on ATVs, but say they can't be everywhere at once. They say people should call the Department of Public Works if they see anything that's been dumped.
I've had appliances I've had to get rid of. I've been in those situations where I didn't have money to go to the dump, but I at least kept it on my house until I could afford to get rid of it.
In Colchester, it's actually free to get rid of any household appliance at the transfer station. Black hopes people start to take advantage of the transfer station and be more respectful of his property and the public land.
If we all just threw our stuff out the door, what would this world look like? It'd look like this.
If the trash dumping doesn't end, Black says he plans on petitioning the town to try to get a garbage can placed at the trail entrance. Otherwise, he'll buy one with his own money. In Colchester, Tim Lateau, Fox 61.